Vogoth is one of the best epics there is out there, both as a support healer and a tank champion, and we're gonna see it in this video how you can build it up to be a master of what he does, not dying, providing a lot of taunts, and most importantly just off-healing your entire team by simply being a big of a flesh wall, right? So join me together in this video as we explore the best artifact sets on him, the best stats, and all you need to know about how you just get him up and running. So let's get into it. Let's start off by checking what his kit is going to be all about. So his A1 is going to be a triple attack, which is very good for many different scenarios like the Fire Knight, and every attack is going to be having a 30% chance of increasing the duration of a random debuff on the target. So you can just stack up some random debuffs which he's also going to be applying, and those are able to just be lasting for longer and longer, especially very useful of course when there's only one target in particular. Then his bread and butter is going to be Wave of Revulsion, which is going to have a 60% chance of placing a provoke on basically every ally that he hits, and that is only going up for one turn. Now there is also a 60% chance of applying a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns on the targets that actually receive the provoke debuff, right? So first of all you need to proc the provoke, and then you're also going to have a chance to actually proc the decreased attack, meaning that he's going to be providing both a big wall of meat as enemies go and attack him, and then they're also going to be attacking him for less damage overall. Then why is he also a passive healer? It's all because of Festering Dynamo, one of the best passives that I've seen out there. And basically what is going to be happening is that he's going to be healing all allies by 50% of the damage received, right? So he's going to be getting hit as he's going to be provoking enemies, and then he's going to be providing some AoE heals basically for everybody in the team for every single hit he takes. Freeze! Click the link in the description right now and get a free legendary Karato as well as 2 free epics as you level up. So here's what you need to do. First of all, log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Then click the link in the description of this video and register a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial, and then go to your inbox and claim your first champ. You'll find Karato here as well as Tagoar and Uugo as you progress through the game. This is an amazing account starting rate, so click the link right now and follow the steps. And if you are a legendary mushroom player, I also got a special link down there in the description. Don't miss out on this offer, go ahead and check it out now. It's only going to be 25% of the damage received, in that is a boss, right? So one very specific thing. And then he's going to be also healing from what he's going to be healing everybody else, but only for half the value that the other allies receive, right? So yes, he's also going to be getting quite some survivability out of his own ability over here. And finally we also have Eerie Presence, so he's gonna be providing or applying Leech debuffs whenever he's attacked for 2 turns, right? And the Leech debuffs allow your allies to heal off of dealing damage to the enemies that have the Leech debuff. So not only he's gonna be taking the aggro, applying decreased attack debuffs, healing your entire team whenever he's taking damage, but he's also gonna be applying debuffs whenever he's attacked that are gonna be allowing your entire team to heal off of simply being in the battle and doing their normal attacks. If the attacker is under the provoke debuff, there is also a 70% chance of increasing the cooldown of a random skill on the attacker by 2 turns, right? Only once per attack, meaning that they are going to be having a big chance of just having their cooldowns increased quite a little bit as they are provoked and as they are fitting into this other passive, right? So he only has one attack, really, like that's literally all he does. He's going to be increasing the duration of the debuffs onto that one single enemy, and then the Wave of Revulsion is going to be 2 turn cooldown rounds. It's actually quite long, but all in all he is actually extremely sturdy, extremely beefy, and straight up just going to be providing a lot of healing over the course of a long fight. He also has an aura which is going to be increased accuracy, very damn important, because he's also going to be applying some debuffs. As you can see, obviously we have the taunt, we have the provokes, we have the decreased attack, and we also have the leech. So what about the gear? What do you want on him, right? So he is going to needing straight up just need to survive. So very good on him is going to be just providing a little bit of extra life still, right, as he's going to be doing some of that damage. He's going to be taking a lot of hits and just being able to heal off of whatever he is doing, right? He's not going to be doing that much damage, but anything that's going to be adding off of him just being able to survive is going to be insanely good on him. There's going to be different builds. We're going to be checking one of those out. This one's a little bit more aggressive. That's why we have the lifesteal on it. And then you're going to be having some more passive heals, which other artifact sets we'll check out in a moment, which are going to be making him a total machine at just like staying alive, passively healing, and being there in the fight forever. So as a tank, what do you want on him? You're going to be wanting some HP percentage. That's most important. The higher HP he has, the more he's able to be taking. Defense percentage, he's a tank after all. He wants to be surviving. And straight up just speed, so he gets more turns. And accuracy is not going to be bad on him as well either, because he's going to be wanting to apply those debuffs, especially important, the provoke and the decrease attack, although those are anyways going to be having a big chance of not happening. It's not 100% guaranteed that they do apply. So all in all, accuracy will be important, but nothing too crazy. More importantly, to make him a big beefy thing that's just going to be standing in the battle altogether. That's why I have him on a perception set as well, just so that we can get a little bit more of those good stats that he also wants, that accuracy and that speed. But most importantly, yes, we want to be trying to make him as beefy as possible. We want to be getting a lot of HP. I want him to get all the way up to 80,000 if possible. My gear sucks right now, right? We also got a lot of defenses on this guy. That's why his HP sucks quite a little bit, because we rolled a lot of defense. We also have very high crit rate on him as well, because we are playing into a little bit more of an aggressive version of Vogoth for that healing back up. Also very big crit damage and not too much accuracy, but the speed is also a little bit lacking, right? So the gear that I have on right now is not the greatest. I would aim to be somewhere around 80,000 HP, ideally. Over 50,000, that's all good, but over like 80,000, that would be the sweet spot. And then having some big defense like over 2,000 is always going to be great. And then it's always going to just be about speed and accuracy altogether, as well as maybe some defense and some resistances wouldn't be terrible on him, but that's just like a little bit of added value. So what other sets could we put on him? If you wanted to make him into a beef machine that's just going to be standing there taking hits and never dying, that is going to be a regeneration set on him, 4 pieces, and he's going to be healing by 15% every turn, straight up, just passive healing. So a lot of speed, again, gets a lot of value. The more speed, the more turns, the more healing. And also getting an immortal set going just by a lot of HP increase just from this passively, and then healing 3% every turn, right? Those two sets combined, those can make him into an absolute tank beast, just like, again, standing there and never really even being touched. But yes, there's also the other, a little bit more aggressive version, which is the one that we are running with higher crit and also the lifesteal. For the Masteries, it's a very good all-round setup. We're going to be going for something like this, which is not going to be getting him as tanky as possible, but it's going to be just kind of good enough for every little piece of content, adding a little bit of damage over here with that Giant Slayer, and altogether just providing what we need out of the support tree to get him running pretty much in any form of content. Now, if we want to get him into a bit of more of a beefer state, we can go with something like this, which is going to be providing a little bit more added value from that defensive side on the tree. And as you can see, we got a little bit of a general overview of some very good gear, something that you could kind of aim to go for. Like, this is going to be an insane build for a Vogoth. As you can see, very high powered. As we've talked about, we got the perception gear going on as well as the lifesteal, and you kind of have like the best go for here on every single one of the pieces. You can find these in Ayumilov. That's a website where you can find a lot of builds for any specific champion, and as you can see, there's some suggestions over here. Then there's also another suggestion like the one that I had for you before with the more tankier side of things, which is gonna be this one. So if you want to instead go for something like this, you can see we got much higher HP. We can kind of see the same tree over here just to provide with a very sturdy, beefy kind of character. And then of course we're gonna see other recommendations, all the other kind of gear, pretty much straightforward. Speed on the boots, HP on the chestplate just to make him very beefy, some crit percentage on the gauntlets, very good source of that, and then everything else is just HP to get him as beefy as possible. For his blessings, it's all about cruelty instead of anything else. Now, if you're going to be fighting the Fire Knight, we'll go into Phantom Touch instead, because we're going to be getting extra hits out of having this, so we're going to be taking that shield away a little bit more often. But all in all, since he is a triple hitter, Cruelty is going to be having a very good time stacking up that decreased defense onto the targets. That's why we just want to be running with this. No matter what your soul level is, from 1 to 6, that's what he's going to be running always, except again for the Fire Knight, where we will go with Phantom Touch, because we'll just get chances of getting extra damage, which is going to be counting as a separate hit, so that shield goes down a little bit quicker. And that's pretty much all there is to Vogoth. As you can see, he's very valued in pretty much every form of content, even being a 5-star in multiple avenues of the game, especially dungeons, even arena. He's a total beast of a tank. Don't get him, don't sleep on him if you got it. Put it out there. He's one of the better support / tanks there is in the game. I only got him on a single Molten Death Belt relic here, just to get a little bit of that turn meter increase whenever he's going to be applying those provokes, which is not too bad on him, but that's obviously not the best we can talk about, and I'm not going to be going deep into the relic system. All in all, this is kind of the builds that you can go for on him, a little bit more aggressive with the lifesteal and perception, or a little bit more tanky with the both regeneration sets, right? The regeneration and just the other passive heal one, right? So yes, pretty much all the reads about Vogoth, how to build him. He's totally a beast. Any questions, drop a line below in the comment section. Before you go, please go ahead and check out Aptoide if you haven't done so yet. If you're going to be buying anything within Raid Shadow Legends, you do need to be doing it through Aptoide so you can earn massive bonuses whenever you're spending any amount of money. So picture this, you're going to be buying this pack for 60 euros. You're going to be getting a bonus that can go from 10% of that money all the way up to 35% of what you're spending. So picture that, you're going to be buying this, you're going to be getting a lot of money back, which when you have enough of, you're going to be able to actually use for the purchases instead of actually using your real money. So if I was going to be buying this pack using my Aptoide balance, which is the bonuses that I have accumulated already in my account, I could just go ahead and get this pack for free into my account immediately, right? So very, very good value, basically multiplies the value for your money. If you go ahead and use my code, which is going to be here in the screen as well as down in the description, you're going to be able to increase that bonus by a flat 5% forever, right? You're going to be able to start earning more value for your money right off the bat. And there's also going to be a guide down there in the description about how to set the whole thing up on your Android devices as well as Android emulators, like for example here on the PC on BlueStacks. So if you want to go ahead and get that started and use my code, I would definitely appreciate it so much. You can just go ahead and start benefiting from that extra value for your money in the form of the bonuses. All in all, that's all for me on this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. See ya.